各位 Hi-Fi 發燒友，大家好，歡迎嚟到 Hi-Fi 發燒台，我係Lee388。喺音響展呢，雅詠音響為咗發燒友咧可以安心欣賞佢哋精心調教嘅示範組合啊，所以佢哋以分段嘅方式，等發燒咧可以分批細聽啊。咁亦都因為我嘅工作關係咧，我都冇乜機會咧入去八卦一下，我只係知道咧佢哋今年開聲示範咧，用咗一對咧 Audiovector 剛剛5月份咧喺慕尼黑首發嘅 R10 Ltd 嘅坐地喇叭。咁未有機會入去聽之前呢，我見到 Audiovector 嘅主持人 Max 啊，咁啊當然咧要捉住佢傾兩句啊。首先問下佢哋嘅理想聲音係點樣？咁而家做唔做得到呢？
We have for almost 47 years, Audiovector have been striving towards dynamic, open, less holding, and real live sound. So listening to an Audiovector loudspeaker should be the same as, or as close to the same as going to a live concert. So we are, the big fear of missing out of details and dynamic is driving us towards perfection.
當然要問一問佢哋最新呢對 R10旗艦喇叭有啲咩特色啦。
We had a big wish of making a flagship loudspeaker, which exceeded the performance of the R8, which is a little brother. So we decided to make a dual tweeter, which works as a hyper tweeter. So this one goes from 3,000 to 53. This one goes from 20,000 to 53,000. So working a little bit like we could call it a super tweeter, but because it works as one unit, we would like to call it a hyper tweeter. And that gives you just the last few details that you won't get in a conventional design. And together with an 8 pieces, 5-inch rare firing, long throw bass drivers, we have a very, very special and dynamic performing speaker. It's easy to drive. It holds only in-house produced and designed parts by us. The only part which is bought off the shelf are the terminals which we buy from WBT. Everything else is designed and made by us in-house, which is a very big focus point for us. So it's a 5-way loudspeaker. It can go fairly close to the rear wall. It works because it's 90.5 dB sensitive. We offer something for the tube amplifier people and something also for the solid state people. I play these with a Condo Overture small integrated, and this works perfectly fine. So a flagship loudspeaker with solid aluminum rear baffles, front baffles, plinths, newly engineered drivers with newly engineered concertinas around, newly engineered face plugs in a conic design, which will make the acceleration of the first 2 millimeters of the performance of the membrane 50% faster than all our other conventional models. Titanium voice coil motor system, and a brand new air motion transformer tweeter. So we really went all out on this one. Everything we could.
R10其中一個特點咧，就有一排細口徑嘅低音單元啊，仲要喺喇叭背後啊。其實咁樣係咪佢哋首次嘅設計呢？咁呢樣設計咧有啲咩好處呢？
Yes. It's not the first of its kind. Previously we had a model called the R11, but the R11 was a much older technique, and concepts that is still here, but it's been improved over several years. So we decided to re-engineer fully the R11 and put it into the production so that all the models fit together in a staircase psychology. And the line array is designed because we wanted a more dynamic bass performance, and 8 5-inch drivers equals a 17 driver on the side, for example. But we are a Danish company and we thrive with Danish design. So we don't think that a 17-inch driver would look beautiful here. So we decided to place it on the spine, and by working a little bit more with it, working in a round cabinet, no standing waves as well, we got this super dynamic presentation. Fast, and because we use the long throw drivers, and this is dedicated to its own crossover, we get a very, very unique experience. The 3 drivers to the front plays mid-range, mid-range, mid-bass.
另一樣發燒最想知道咧，用乜嘢嘅擴音機嚟推 Audiovector 係最啱啊？唔知佢哋用啲咩嘅擴音機咧嚟到做參考啊？
we are fortunate enough to have several demonstration rooms. I've always been in love with Griffon, so I own the Commander Apex system. I also own the 333. Then I have a big solution system with the 711 Plus. I also keep some name because we used to be the name distributor for Denmark for 25 years. And I always keep a little bit of line magnetic tube amplifiers for the lower end, QR and lower end R series. And a little bit of Moon as well because we have a good, Moon and I have a good cooperation. Yeah. But in my own home, I play Kondo.
最後啦，都想問下佢哋啦，會唔會有啲咩新產品，例如線材咁樣呢？
We already make 3 different tiers of speaker cables, which uses the same 7/9 copper material as we do internally in the loudspeakers. But we are working on a new cable project within the name of Audiovector. So within the next 12 months, we will launch something in 3 different qualities with jumpers, phono cables, speaker cables, RCAs, XLRs, everything.
聽完 Audiovector 主持人咁樣講，我覺得 R10咧應該都係一對咧好容易夾擴音機嘅喇叭。咁啊之後入到去展房，竟然見到咧用緊一對 size 好細嘅 Wattson Audio 嘅 M 咧嚟到推佢啊！咁啊真係估唔到嘅效果都好好啊！咁啊提到 Wattson Audio 咧，唔知大家知唔知道 Wattson Audio 同呢個 CX Precision 嘅關係啊？咁就要捉住 CX Precision 主持人 Florian 嚟問問啦。
Well, it's very simple. CH Precision has purchased Wattson Audio. So Wattson Audio is now part of CH Precision.
Florian 本人咧都同 Wattson Audio 有啲淵源㗎，咁啊等我再問問佢啦。
I created Anagram. I was a co-founder of Anagram Technologies. So maybe you've heard about this. This was OEM work for the others. So we had a module at that time that was doing sampling rate conversion in the digital domain. And this company, I left it. It was 2004, and I created ABC PCB. And I was also doing design for other manufacturers. And Alexandre Lavanchi was my first employee at ABC PCB. And when I created CH Precision in 2009, I gave him the keys. So I sold him the company, I sold him ABC PCB for him to run it. And in 2022, he approaches me and said, I have Wattson Audio, it's difficult times. What would you like to do with Wattson Audio? Because there are many options. And in 2024, early 2024, we decided, okay, we purchased Wattson Audio, we integrated into CH.
又問問 Florian 啦 ，Wattson Audio 咧可唔可以叫做 CX Precision 嘅入門產品啊
？In fact, before Wattson was into CH Precision, we've been asked to do cheaper products, and we have a design. I mean, the look, the design, the casing, we have it, and we were struggling to lower the cost because either your cabinet looks less nice and you put quality inside, or you have a nice cabinet and then inside it's not good. And we were struggling till we found out that Wattson had the solutions. There is no need anymore for CH Precision to do a cheaper product. We have it via Wattson.
當然都要追問一下 Wattson Audio 咧將來嘅發展有冇啲咩嘅新產品
I'm not going. It's a bit too early to tell you exactly what's going to come on the market, but there will be new product in the Madison range, this I can tell you already. But I also let you imagine if you take the retail price of the Madison, it's roughly 5,000 Swiss francs US or whatever. And you take the first CH, which is roughly 30,000, there is maybe room for something in between.
雅詠展房咧用到嚟自西班牙 Phono Acoustica 嘅線材啊，咁啊相信咧大家都知道佢哋嘅旗艦嘅線材咧價值不菲啊，咁啊但係之前咧推出嗰個咧相對較容易入手嘅 Legato 系列嘅線材啊，咁我問下 Phono Acoustica 嘅主持人 Felix， 咁呢個系列嘅線材咧市場反應如何啊？
Since we introduced Legato to the market, I think it's almost 3 years now. It's been very positive, especially in Asian markets. Since I know Hong Kong is doing well for Legato, and we're hoping that it will expand. But Korea is being very strong, and so is Japan. It's been very strong for Legato series. So in general, in Asia, Legato is a very good product, and it's been very successful for us.
5月份咧喺慕尼黑音響展咧，見到 Phono Acoustica 咧有一個新嘅 Grandioso 嘅電源拖板啊，但係今次展會咧就未見到展出喎，所以問呢個 Felix 呢個新拖板嘅情況。
It will be. We already have the US plug version, all customized connectors to Phono Acoustica. All connectors have the Phono Acoustica logo. So we will hopefully introduce this in Singapore show this year in October for the Asian market. We were hoping to have it here in Hong Kong, but because of the delay on parts delivery, we were not able to have it on time. But now the prototype is ready. So as you saw in Munich, we had the European version, but now we will have the Asian, American, US plug version.
US plug version.
又問下呢個 Grandioso 電源拖板有啲咩特別？
Well, the design is very different than the Sinfo, which you're probably already familiar with. It's much bigger, taller, and also it has the Phono Acoustica luxury looking. It's made of composite material, and it has the tan wood pencil wood, and everything is starting from the inlet all the way to the connectors itself, all customized for Phono Acoustica. Unique design, and of course inside the Grandioso technology. Every product that Phono Acoustica brings to the market, we like to keep the signature sound, which, as you probably already know, for more way of listening to music is I like to feel the music on an organic, natural sound, and that's how we design every product, starting from Legato all the way from the limited series, which is Grandioso. And I have some good news to share also, some news to share about Grandioso.
Please.
As I mentioned in the past, I was not able to design a better interconnect, but now it's going to be Grandioso interconnect, hopefully by the end of the year. We already had the sound, already had the prototype. Now we're working on the final touches, and maybe, I think it's very likely that Vienna show next year will introduce our new Grandioso interconnect, which is going to be focusing mostly on XLR balance, because we found that in the market, for RCA, there's not much demand. For XLR balance interconnects is much bigger demand. So we're focusing mostly on balance interconnect. And it's going to have the same luxury, Grandioso finish design, so it's going to be something special.
好啦，今次呢個分享咧就差唔多啦。咁啊，當然啦，雅詠嘅展房咧一定唔少得呢個 Soulnote 全線嘅系列啦。不過唔喺度分享啦，其中旗艦嘅3系列咧，我都出咗好多條片，咁啊大家都可以睇翻啦。咁而最近咧試緊佢哋一部 Soulnote A3 合併機啊，咁好快咧就有片睇啦。大家咧記得繼續留意 Hi-Fi 發燒台。咁啊當然啦，最好幫手訂閱一下，咁就一定唔會錯過啦。下條片見。